What up, y'all? We are back. Breaking Boundaries podcast. And as we said before, here we're going to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Let's go.
That's right. What up, man?
What's up, man?
It's been a minute.
It's been quite a journey, man. Quite a few weeks.
Yep, true that. So we are back, and we have not filmed for a couple weeks now. We were both had other things to take care of. Both went out of town. I just got back from South Carolina. That was an interesting trip. I was out there for business.
Yeah,
and got a little bit of time to go hang out downtown, eat at some restaurants, and I have a buddy out there, so it was cool kicking it with him and stuff.
Yeah.
And then while I was out there, my son ended up in the hospital.
Oh, that's right. You're telling me. Yeah.
He had to get surgery. He had appendicitis. So that was kind of frustrating being out there while he was in the hospital, but we got through it. His mom kept me updated as everything went, and he's all good now. Went back to school, and so I'm happy about that. But yeah, man. So how you been?
I'm good, man. You know, same thing. I had, my trip to Montana, bro.
Yeah.
Was, I took the kids, man. They got super sick, and we spent the whole time in the hotel. So it, it wasn't. But you know what, dude? It's just it is what it is, bro. And you just have to keep smiling through everything, and everything's happening for a reason.
Yep.
And what I do know is that when disasters happen, bro, like something good is coming.
Right.
So it was a disaster. It was a disaster, man. We all got super sick, dude. But it's over now, and we're moving on into 2025.
Absolutely, bro.
It is what it is.
And you're right. I mean, we know that when bad things happen or things don't go as planned, we know that there's a reason for it. And so, something good's coming.
Yeah, and it's life, dude. Like,
yep.
You can't have a positive. There would be no positive if there's no negative.
Yeah, you need the yin and the yang.
The yin and yang, right? And those negative, those are lessons.
Right.
And how you react to them defines the outcome of your situation.
Absolutely.
So I just try to smile, man, through everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. And I think that with what we're going to talk about tonight, I think that's kind of part of what we're talking about tonight is like, we, life is going to happen, but we control our experience, right? So even when the unplanned happens, it's meant to be part of our experience.
Exactly.
So a few episodes ago, we went into, I was asking you about your spiritual awakening and your journey, and, you mentioned you'd been going through an awakening, a journey for the last 3 years. And I told you, I kind of feel like I'm entering a new journey. And so I love talking to you about that and hearing about your experiences because it helps me to hear about other people's experiences who are kind of, traveling down the same path as I am. There's, as I start to go down this journey that I'm entering, we've talked about it before. I'm kind of pushing some people to the side because they're not on the same path. So to hear about the experiences you've had and the journey you're going on, that helps me a lot. Yeah. Because you're someone who I don't need to push aside, who was attracted to my experience, right? And vice versa, because, I think we kind of travel down the same path, even though it's our own journeys.
Right.
But that episode we recorded not long ago, we talked about how you listened to the Law of Attraction, the book, and that book changed your life. And so when you talked to me about that book, I went and started listening to it. So that book is now changing my life.
Right.
And so I think the people need to know about the principles within the Law of Attraction. Now, I think the Law of Attraction, the book, was kind of like the first baseline to the whole idea. So there's other books that kind of speak on it, like The Secret, and there's a few others, and like the whole like self-help community kind of like believes in this stuff. But I think the Law of Attraction by Jerry Hicks and Esther Hicks is like the baseline, like the foundation of of this whole idea getting out to the masses, you know?
Yeah. And the thing is, and so they got a lot of different gurus out there, and there's a lot of different processes and a lot of different, manifestation skills. But what I love about Abraham Hicks and the law of attraction is it's simplified. This is it. This is the law.
Right.
Live in joy.
Yeah.
Stay on a high vibration and things will come in, right? Like it simplifies it. There's all kinds of other tricks out there and there's all kinds of other gurus, but it just, for me personally, just like they have the Bible and all those things, and it gets too confusing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I need things simplified. And so it's simplified. This is the law and that's it. And that's it. And so once you live by that, like this is the law.
Right.
And that's your code. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's your code. No more negative conversations. No listen to negative fucking people. All that shit. And you live by that fucking code that I live by the law of attraction. And also by living by it and believing in it, you're no longer a victim to anything. Because now, so anything that happens in my life, any negative thing that happens, I go, oh, I was being negative this morning and I was, I created that. So you become fully responsible for your life.
Absolutely. Yeah. And for those that don't know, just to break it down in simple form, the law of attraction is basically the idea that what you think is what your thoughts become your experience. So your thoughts are the guiding path to obtaining what you want. You attract what you think about. And so,
well, is it,
you want to expand on that?
Yeah, I want to expand on it a little more. It's not the thoughts. The thoughts are creating the emotions, and the emotions are what's attracting you, right? Like what you feel is what you're bringing in, right? But so your thoughts. So what creates your thoughts? What you're watching on TV, what you're listening to, all those things are creating your thoughts, and then those thoughts are creating your emotions,
right?
And then your emotions are attracting things into your life.
Yeah, you're right, because they talk a lot in the book about how, we have all these different words for different emotions, but really there's good emotions and there's bad emotions. Really, there's two emotions. Bad emotions we might describe as anger, we might describe as sadness, we might describe as frustration, and then good emotions we might describe as happiness, we might describe as excitement. But really there's two emotions, good and bad. And when you're feeling good emotions, you know that you're aligned, the actions you're taking are aligned with the experience you want to create for yourself. And when you're feeling bad emotions, you know that you're not aligned with the experience you want to create for yourself. Right. And so, it seems so simple, and it is, but we never think about this stuff, right? I never thought about, I wasn't ever able to imagine all this in my head. Like I was never able to realize that even though it's so simple, it's so true. And once you realize that, you can really start creating your own destiny, creating your own path, and really start achieving what you want. So for you, I remember you saying once you started believing this stuff, you gained everything that you had lost times 10 with half as much work. And I think what you mentioned is that the half as much work part, or what I got out of what you said, the half as much work part comes from you weren't forcing action anymore. You were aligning your action with what you wanted to achieve, right?
Right. Like that's, the job's not the work. It's getting on a high vibration is the work. Like that's how I start my day.
Right.
So me going to the gym and doing yoga and all these fucking things, I'm way more successful by doing those things because I stay in a higher vibration, and then opportunities come into my life.
Right.
And that's how, it's been my study for the last 3 years. So these are facts that I'm speaking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, I worked so much. And even at the beginning of my journey, when I started my business, I was working 80 hours a week, right? When I started my business, first 6 months, I was working 80 hours a week. When I stopped working 80 hours a week, my business grew.
Okay. Right.
How the fuck does that happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
And people just don't know, but thinking about if they did know, would they be doing all this shit? Would they be having these fucking conversations?
Right.
If they did know.
Right.
Now,
Now, one of the things that is almost kind of scary about the law of attraction, and and I don't want the people to think we're just talking about the book, but we're talking about the law of attraction overall here. And one of the things that's kind of scary about it is when you think about what you don't want, you create emotions that still bring you what you don't want. Right. So what you think about that you want, you get, and what you think about that you don't want, you get.
Right.
And that's scary because when we're stressed about something, when we're scared about something, when there's something that could happen that we don't want to happen, it's hard not to think about it.
Yeah.
And what I'm learning through this experience of finding this book and learning to understand the whole concept is that we have to learn to control our thoughts so that when we do start thinking a negative thought or we do start feeling a negative emotion, we realign ourselves.
And the way you realign it is don't try to stop thinking about it, because the more you try to stop thinking about it, the more you're going to think about it. You want to pick the good thing. It's just about being grateful. You want to pick something good in your life and think about that.
Okay. That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right? Think about what you do have, not what you don't have. Think about what you want, not what you don't have. But I'm telling you, once you go down this rabbit hole, dude, it just what you're saying, man, you start thinking of negative shit and it starts happening.
Right.
I've spent a lot of time in my journey where I've gotten so good at it and so focused at it that I'm just bringing in disasters. That's why people don't understand why I'm so as you get more connected to your inner being and these things start flowing into your life, it becomes scary.
Right.
Because it's dangerous. Now you think about something that happens instantly.
Yeah.
So people think I'm fucking joking when I'm saying I don't want to have negative conversations. I'm not fucking with you. I'm not talking to you. They laugh. They think it's a joke. But if they only fucking knew how serious it was.
Right.
So once you go down this rabbit hole, dude, I'm telling, and dude, I just got to say, man, I'm so fucking grateful to get to witness this and you go through this, because like I said, I told so many people about it, man, and nobody really takes action to it, and you're doing it, and the experiences that you're having, I'm listening to them, like, so I feel so grateful, dude, to be on this journey with you.
Thank you.
And
bro.
watch it. Cause when I was going through it and starting, I didn't have nobody to fucking talk to about it, dude. They would think I was fucking crazy.
Right.
I was thinking I was crazy.
Right.
And it's, you become so sensitive to everything, because now you're aware of everything, and you're thinking everything, and you're feeling everybody's fucking energy, and it's crazy, but this shit was meant to be.
Yeah. Because
when I first heard this book, immediately I knew that was my path. Right. I knew, I got so many goosebumps right now. I fell in love with it right away. Mm-hmm. And we're talking, Esther Hicks and Jerry Hicks, and they channel Abraham Hicks. This is another being. I never believed in that shit, dude.
Me neither.
You know what I'm saying? I never believed in ghosts and spirits or any of those things. But when I heard this book, I knew it was my fucking path.
Right.
You know how good that felt to I knew, I was committed.
Right.
The second I did, I'm telling you, I cut out friends that I've been friends with for 20 years, dude.
Right.
20 years, man. I could not be around them. Once I started this meditating and focusing and being able to feel these energies. So it's not just all smooth sailing path.
Yeah.
When you go down this rabbit hole, dude, it's but I'm completely committed to it. I'm dedicated to this life.
Right.
I feel like that's my place on this earth to figure this out.
Right.
To get complete control of my thoughts and my emotions. It has been my mission. You know?
Yeah. And I'm grateful to know you, because since I've been, beginning to study these ideas, there's a couple other people I know that I've kind of because I'm excited. I'm really excited about,
don't tell people.
and I've tried to talk to a couple people I know, and people think I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I don't need anyone to think I am or I'm not crazy. I'm fine. I'm feeling good. I have a path that I'm going down. I feel like life is turning around. But, it is cool to have someone else who understands it and has gone through similar experiences to talk to about it, because I hate holding excitement inside, dude.
Mhm.
And I'm so fucking excited about it. So it's cool to get to like, you know,
Yeah.
talk about this shit with you.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit. I'd like to get like your take on what meditation has to do with all this. Like, how does meditation play into this idea that, you know, we create our emotions through what we think and we attract what we get through our emotions? How does meditation play into it?
Because meditation is the key tool, because especially when you're talking about being in a negative vibration, it clears everything.
Okay.
It resets. It's like going to sleep and waking up. You know, it resets everything so that you can realign yourself.
Okay.
You know, it does. Like, stopping thought is the only way to change your vibration.
Okay. That makes sense. So
So
like any negativity that may have gotten trapped within your thoughts, you take the time to clear that out so that you can reset.
Well, and then also it helps your belief system, because through meditation, you have these miraculous experiences.
Right.
And then when you've had a miraculous experience, then you know this shit is true. You know, I've been so deep into meditation that I've gone into other places.
Right.
Where I was scared, and I would break out of my meditation because I was like, holy shit, where was I?
Right.
You know, or when you start channeling words from God, you know, and so and it's the miraculous experience that helps you believe.
Right.
You know?
What would you say to, so like there's a lot of skeptics out there, right? And like meditation is a known practice throughout the world. And there's a lot of people who meditate and believe in the power of meditation. And there's others who are skeptical that it does anything for you at all. So what would you say to skeptics if you know they were interested but skeptical? What advice would you give to get started with meditating and like, you know, just kind of entering that journey?
Well, I mean, fucking, how's your life, dude? You know what I mean? Is it okay?
Right.
Are you cool with it? You know what I mean? Might as well try anything.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see why. The only people that I would see that are skeptic about meditation is religious people.
Mm.
You know, because they're super against it. You know, I go to church and they call it Eastern meditation, and they call the meditation of the Bible, you know, but it's in the Bible, bro. Your third eye.
Right.
When you open this third, the thing is that it fucking, it's scary too, dude.
Right.
You know, so I don't know if that's the right thing to say to those skeptics, because it is scary, because when you're opening up that third eye, you're opening to everything, access to everything. And then you have to control that. You know, there's evil spirits and there's good spirits, you know, and you're going to get some of all of that. It's pretty fucking intense, dude.
Right.
So, I mean, if you're skeptic about it, man, then, you know, I don't know, dude, don't do it, I guess.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't
Right.
do it. I mean, I think that, and I say it because, like, dude, everything, Abraham, you're on your own journey. Like, I believe that if you're meant to awaken and you're meant to meditate, then you're meant to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anything forced. If that's not, then that's not your path.
Right.
You know, but you can go to yoga, you can play golf. Anything that stops your mind from thinking is a meditation, form of meditation. Running, you know what I mean? It's a form of meditation. I get the same feeling through my meditation as I do at yoga.
Right.
Because I'm stopping thought.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So meditation isn't this thing that you have to practice in a specific certain way. It's just the practice of clearing thoughts and resetting.
Right. And it depends how deep you want to go. You know, I want to go into deep meditation because I want answers,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I can't get answers from God and from the universe when this thing is going.
Yeah.
You know, dude, so many times my meditation, and it feels fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah.
When you come out of meditation, you're in joy and you're in happiness and good ideas are coming to you. You're just completely reset. So like, and that's the thing that religious people like, that has to be God, bro.
Yeah.
To feel that good, like that has to be God.
Yeah. So in Islam, they talk about how, because in Islam you pray 5 times a day, and there's a specific way that you pray your required prayers each day, and they encourage that prior to praying, do some meditation, sit and clear your thoughts so that you can put all of your focus on that prayer. And that makes a lot of sense to me.
Right. Because you can't hear God.
Yeah.
When you're in control of it and you're using 3D stuff, you know, your head's just, man, my head will be so full of junk, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for meditation, man. It's like my head's just so full of junk, dude. And it just clears everything, man. You just enjoy and you're in bliss.
Right.
You know, and fuck, I want to live in joy and bliss.
Absolutely.
There's no fucking human being that has the answers for me, dude.
Yeah.
There's no fucking book that has the answers for me.
Right.
You know, God has the fucking answers for me, man.
Absolutely.
You know, and I want to connect with that.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me after I do something that I am feeling in just love and joy afterwards that that's not God.
Right.
You're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. 100%.
You're fucking crazy. This one guy I know is super religious. He's, you know, pretty culty church. I've been to it, dude, you know, and I told him I was going to yoga and he said, that's demonic.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's demonic, bro. How are you going to say something? God is all love, bro.
Yeah.
God is all love. God, Buddha, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He is all love.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything that is love is related to God.
Yeah. Yeah. They say that it's demonic because yoga was created, you know, was started within Hinduism. And, oh, if you're doing yoga, something started by Hinduism, then you must be doing something that goes against Christianity. Right. But that I don't think that's the case. I know the Catholic Church believes that a lot, and other religions do too. But I agree with you that if you can partake in any sort of practice that is going to calm your mind and calm your body and allow yourself to think and feel more spiritual, you know, I don't see how that could be demonic in any way.
It's not, bro. The third eye is a direct line to God and to spirit.
Yeah.
And to love.
Right.
So it's a direct line.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking read a book.
Yeah.
You do not have to fucking read dude, it's all this shit's in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's 12 apostles. There's 12 zodiac signs. Why is that? Why is it? And why did all those 12 apostles have the different traits of the different zodiac signs?
Yeah.
What are the chances of that, dude?
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's probably not just irony.
It's not, bro. And they took out, you know, they took out they took all this stuff from Paul and these other disciples written in the Bible and ignored the things that Jesus said.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't mean to be going off topic here.
I'm with you though.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
But they took all that stuff out, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? The kingdom of heaven is within us.
Right.
It's within us. To align with our chakras and our third eye is to align with God.
Right.
You know, and people want to fucking.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
It's crazy, bro.
Because, like, you know, when you start going down a spiritual path, you start believing in principles like the law of attraction. Yeah, they'll make you feel like you're crazy. And I think that's been built into our society to, you know, imply that anyone that goes down any sort of a spiritual path in that way is crazy because that's how they keep you in control, right?
Yeah, that's order.
They tell you what to believe, and as long as you believe what they tell you to believe, right? So they corrupt religious books. They you know, they try to control the way that we think and what we believe because that's how they keep law and order, right? And so that goes all the way back to Roman times, you know, the first Christian emperor.
And they're the ones that killed Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
The fuck, bro?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's interesting though, because I like how you are able to play like this whole idea of the law of attraction into embracing your own spiritual self and like play that into embracing your spirituality. That's and you know, but even spiritual people be full of shit too, dude. I'm with you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that it's an image nowadays too. It's an image to be spiritual. So I don't even like saying spiritual. You know, I told you, I am nobody. I am nowhere. I am nothing. I am everyone. I am everything. I am everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't identify. I use the word spirituality, but I don't even identify with that. You know, spiritual people say that, oh, I have to be all love. Which, yes, you have to be all love, but it's like a bullshit. Another bullshit. Me telling you how it is, that's fucking love too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have to be a pushover. You know, and they direct it for being a pushover. I have to be authentic and speak my truth.
Yeah.
I have to be true to myself. That's spirituality.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And so one of the things that really caught me about the law of attraction was speaking to that is that we need to focus on our experience and that there is abundance in this world and we do not need to affect other people's experiences because they are creating their own experience.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea of, you know, creating these rules for what you should think and how you should live spiritually, that makes no sense. We're all supposed to be creating our own experience. We're all supposed to be making our own spiritual connections and not affecting others. And that caught me about it. So like, you know, one of the things Jerry Hicks mentioned, one of the examples he gave is like, he would go fishing and he would catch trout. And after a while, he started feeling bad about removing so many trout from the water and, you know, killing so many fish. So then he decided, okay, I'm going to fish without a barb on my hook so that I can throw the fish back. And I'm only going to bring home just enough for people to eat. But then he started feeling bad and getting frustrated seeing other people that would kill the fish, so many fish. You know what I mean? And basically, when we start focusing on what others are doing, we're living as if there's no abundance in the world and we're trying to control their experience instead of focusing on ours. And that's where we get sidetracked. We need to let people create their experience and focus on ours so that we can stay on our path.
And that's why I'm so big on being your own person. And you'll hear me preach it over and over again. You know, everybody just be their own person.
Yep.
And then we can all be in joy and all collide together.
Yeah.
In that way, you know?
I agree. Be yourself, let others be themselves, and that's how we can create harmony. Yeah. Because then I'm not so focused on what you're doing to where I'm creating all this stress and this frustration for myself because I'm focused on you and taking my focus off of myself.
Yeah.
And then I'm fucking my life up because I'm no longer trying to achieve the things I want. I'm just spending all my time and energy trying to prevent you from achieving the things you want.
Yeah, that's why I stay away from people too. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so big on like staying away, especially people that you love.
Yeah.
Because you care so much, you know, but it affects you.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. I agree. So then one of the other concepts that kind of goes along with this is the law of allowing. So basically allowing yourself to align with the experience that you want to create for yourself, right?
Right.
And I think that's really difficult for people these days. One, because everything's so fast paced. We're stuck in the motions of day-to-day life, you know, and stuck in the motions of living the structure that's built by society rather than the internal structure that we built for ourselves, right? And so it's hard to allow yourself in this day and age to focus on your own path, I think, because, you know, we're fucked up. We're programmed. Like you always say, we're programmed, right? And then the other part of the law of allowing is allowing others to focus on themselves, allowing others to create their own experience. But that doesn't mean that if you see someone creating something harmful for themselves, that you're not supposed to encourage, but you're not supposed to get in the way where you're not allowing them to create their own experience.
Yeah, you can't get so attached.
Yeah.
Because we're so attached to other people and other people's manifestations.
Right.
See, it's not a simple thing.
Yeah.
This shit is a process. You know, and not allowing is because we're always trying to control the outcome.
Yeah.
I want it like this and I want it to happen like this. It's not going to happen like that.
Right.
Allowing is, that's what I love when I do this. And now that I'm saying it, I'm going to do it again. But you go on this journey where you just say yes to everything. Become a yes person. Try that for a month. Yes to anybody asks you to do anything, go anywhere or whatever. It's just a yes person. Okay, yes. And guess what the universe is going to do? It's going to tell you yes.
Right.
Try it. I'm telling you, your life will change if you just become a yes man.
So don't resist.
Don't
trust the
resist.
process.
Everything that ever comes to me, dude, is usually from doing something I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing something I didn't want to do. So it just happened to me yesterday, bro, where I had to go to work, and I told you my experience I had. I was like, man, I had to go down there. I had to go to Laguna Woods. And then this thing came into my life. You know what I mean? And I didn't expect it to happen that way. But when you're constantly looking for it, you're not allowing it.
Yeah.
You stop the universe and God from bringing things into your life. It's not simple, man.
Right.
Because we're human. We've lived a certain way our whole lives, trying to control everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if I sit here and do nothing, and I don't fucking then how is it going to happen? And I want it now. And you know what I mean? And it's fucking chaotic, man. So sometimes it's just like.
So sometimes by trying so hard at something, you're actually hindering yourself from achieving it. Right.
You know, what's a great mantra is, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Right.
I don't care. Becoming careless.
Yeah.
But there's balance to that though.
Absolutely. Because if you just don't care at all, if you don't take some action, you're never going to achieve it. But if you put too much exerted energy into taking action, then you push yourself away from it. You
just can't teach this stuff.
Yeah.
You just have to go through your own process.
Yeah. It's a path you got to find for yourself.
It's just your own, like, it's been a wild ride, man. And, you can't really teach this stuff. You can plant the seed, but everybody has to go through their own experience. And different people are different manifestors.
Yeah.
There's certain things that work for other people and certain things that work for others. It depends on your sign, your zodiac signs, and and the fucking moon, dude. The moon has so much shit. You're gonna go through some shit, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through some shit. But like I was telling you before, man, I feel like I've leveled up, dude, because like I said, the lucid dream stopped and I'm starting to be able to sleep. I'm telling you, I didn't sleep for like 2 years, bro.
Right.
Did not sleep, dude. It's torturous, man.
Yeah. It was interesting to hear you talk about that because like I've been struggling to sleep like really bad too, bro. Like really bad to where like I have nights where I'm getting 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, and I just can't sleep. And I'm having weird experiences when I go to sleep, and like, I won't get too deep into it, but it's like, I'm having like, sleep paralysis and outer body experiences, and I didn't experience that before, I started becoming a more conscious person and trying to, get to know myself some more. And, I guess maybe that happens because in order to reinvent yourself or and become a new person, become the person you want to be, you got to fight your old demons, right?
Yeah, it's gonna all this shit's gonna start coming up.
Yeah.
All this stuff, all these fears, all those character defects you have, all that stuff starts coming up.
Right.
So you think that you're supposed to be going in this more positive thing, and then all this shit comes up. And you're like, oh my gosh, what the fuck?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's it's a process, dude.
Right.
But that's why I say like it can't be taught, because see, it's an internal thing that's happening.
No one's experiences or no one's journey is no two people's journey are ever going to be the same.
It's not the same. We're so unique, man. Yeah. We're so unique, and everybody has their different mission, I believe.
Yeah.
There's ones that go down this rabbit hole, and there's one that, and this was mine, and I knew it.
Right.
I knew it the second I fucking heard, I knew it, and I fell in love with it, and I knew that was my mission.
Right. Right. So, I mean, yeah, I guess really like the message is don't get complacent, like find your journey, find your path, because life is too good to sit and just say things are supposed to be the way they are without wanting what you actually want. Like the book talks about that, like you're not going to be happy without wanting. Like you have to want in order to be happy. Otherwise, you have no purpose, right? And so that makes a lot of sense to me. And in this day and age, it's so easy to just make your life going to work, going home, making dinner, watching TV, going to sleep, repeat, right?
Yeah.
And not reaching for, you know, things that mean more in life.
Dude, well, this that I'm talking about is the same like all the other stuff we're talking about. Like, what better reward is there than to conquer yourself
Mm-hmm.
and to get control of yourself?
Yep.
Like, it's the hardest thing
Yep.
to do,
Definitely.
you know, but what a reward.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're here to do. We are here to figure out how to manipulate energy to get control over our thoughts, our emotions, and to connect with spirit.
Yeah.
Like, that's our mission here.
Right.
And to help others and do all that stuff. But if you do this stuff first, you know, this inner work first, then all that other stuff's going to come.
Yeah. I don't think you can do the whole helping others thing and being, you know, a humble, selfless person without knowing yourself,
Yeah.
right? Because, you know, what are you giving if you're not giving yourself? If you don't know yourself, how do you give yourself to others, right? How do you provide service through your own experiences to others if you don't create those experiences first,
Yeah.
you know?
And to go your whole life not knowing yourself,
Yeah.
to go your whole life living in fear.
Oh, that's painful.
Bro, you know, I think about it at my deathbed, you know what I mean? And I think of others at their deathbed, ones that were, you know, stubborn old timers, you know what I mean? Or always angry their whole life. What do you fucking think at their deathbed?
Right.
What do you think they're thinking?
Yep.
What do you think they wish they did?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And to spend your whole fucking life in misery. No, I'm cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm cool. That's why, like, we're talking about the program, dude. And, you know, back in the day or whatever, when I had a problem and being in the program, and I look around, man, and none of these people are fucking happy, and they're all fucking miserable and overweight and all this shit. And they're like, I don't want to be here.
Yep.
That's the reward.
Yep.
Fuck
Definitely.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I said, I think that like that whole idea is like you're living through other people's experiences.
Yeah, dude.
Someone writes a book, says this is how you should live. A bunch of people follow it. You go and meet these people and they tell you about their experience and say you need to experience the same exact experience I experienced in order for you to be recovered, in order for you to live a happy life. And then they just end up unhappy as fuck.
The creativity's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
That's a good way to put it.
That's why I've always been so against organized things. If anything's organized, I'm just turned off by it right away.
It institutionalizes you.
It institutionalizes you. So anything organized, I don't believe in it, man. And it's like, bro, and it would just suck, man, to go your whole life and you lived a certain way because this person told you to. You know what I mean? That sucks, dude.
And you wanted other things,
and
but you were afraid to try to get those other things because this person said, no, don't do that.
They kept you down.
Yep.
They kept you down. They kept you small.
Yep.
Fuck that, dude.
Yep.
Fuck that, bro.
Yeah, no way. Yeah. And when you start like realizing, you know, and I want people to understand this, and it sucks because not everyone's going to understand it and you can't force them to, and not everyone wants to hear it and you can't force them to. But for the people that do want to hear it, like the experiences I'm going through, becoming the person that I want to be, like, it's so exciting. Like, I want people to fucking know, like, you can be who you want to be.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, and so I'm going to share my experiences and I'm going to, you know, let people know about this stuff and, you know, if they don't want to hear it, they don't want to hear it. But you know what I'm saying?
I mean, they can. And I've told, you know, like I said, at the beginning of my journey, I was, you know, telling everybody about it and they would be like, yeah, cool. And they would do a little bit, but they wouldn't put in the work for it, you know? So I'm just saying we keep telling it and, you know, those people that it's going to hit, you know? Like I said, I just don't believe in anything forced. Like if it's going to happen, that's part of your journey and you're supposed to awaken, then you're going to awaken.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful to be on this side of it, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm so grateful to be aware.
And I'm looking back, man. I'm looking back to my past life and I'm like, I never thought I would be here. I never thought that I would, you know, like, I feel like I'm a positive person now. And we all have negative emotions. We all have positive emotions and you're never going to be always positive and you know, but I know what it's like to always be negative,
Yeah.
you know, and that's miserable. And, you know, I never thought that I would be here where I can like look at life. And that's what I was going to say is like, I want people to know, like, if you just do the work to achieve this life, you find out that like life is beautiful. And I never knew it before. And like that feeling, like I can't explain it. And like no one's going to like understand it just looking at a screen or hearing it through a speaker. They have to find it for themselves. But like the emotion that I get, like realizing like how grateful I am to be a part of this beautiful life and to live my experience, like that's an overwhelming feeling to be able to just, with everything going on around us, with all of these things happening, the world operating the way it does, you know, so much is going on around us. And to be able to like just kind of step out of that and just look and still be like, man, life is beautiful. The world is beautiful. Even with all the bad shit that happens, like just the opportunity to live is so beautiful. Like that's an overwhelming feeling.
And then think about this also, man. And it's like, I look at my whole life and fucking disaster and the craziness. It all led up to this moment.
Yeah.
It all led up to this moment.
Right.
And if you're listening out there and this clicks with you, your whole life all led up to this moment.
Yep.
And when you wake up every day, bro, and you feel like you're just starting your life.
Yeah. I know what you're saying when you say that. Yeah.
You know, I'm having a moment right now.
Right.
It all led up to this moment, the fucking chaos, the disasters, the life lessons, the pain, the agony, the hurt. It all fucking led up to this. And I'm here now.
Yeah.
I'm here, bro. We're here.
Yeah.
We're here and we're living it.
Yeah. And being able to think that way, to say like, you know, every time I wake up, I'm starting my life.
Yeah.
You know, I think that goes back to one of the other things that we like to talk about, which is like, you learn to appreciate the now. You learn to appreciate the process and trust the process rather than just trying to get this one thing.
Yeah.
You know, rather than trying to reach this one goal, like just being able to, you know, just fall into the beauty of daily life.
Yeah.
You know, like the future is important. We want to create a path for the future, but you can't do that without like waking up every day and saying, what can I get myself into today?
Yeah.
You know?
I can't wait to go to sleep at night sometimes because I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that a fucking cool way to live?
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that a cool way to live, bro? Imagine everybody lived like that.
Yeah.
Imagine everybody felt like that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's all the time, dude. You know, I have my moments. Abraham talks about it. Step 1, you know, you're in step 1, figuring out what you don't want.
Yeah.
Things that you don't want. Then you go to step 2, then you go to step 3, and then step 4 is here. Your things are there. Yeah. You know, so I'm not saying it's like that all the time, but I try to make it like that as much as I can.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you're right. It's not going to be like that all the time. The beautiful part of it is it's not going to be the opposite all the time either. Right. And whatever bad happens, there's always a way through it. Right. And you can always get back to that point where it feels good.
Yeah.
And even when bad things happen that you don't want to happen, if you trust that those things are meant to happen, kind of like you said about your Montana trip, you're able to still feel positive about what's coming. And it's, you know, as humans, we have negative experiences, and then all we can focus on is that negative experience. And so, yeah, you're always going to have negative experiences throughout your entire life. But if we focus on them, that's all we're ever going to live.
Yeah.
If you're always like if every day you wake up and you say, I'm a failure, I'm always going to fail, then you're always going to fail.
Yeah.
Right. If you wake up every day and you say, I'm a strong fucking person, you're still going to have bad things happen every now and then, but your focus is going to be on being that strong person. And because you're focusing on being that strong person, you get through those negative situations.
Yeah.
Right. With fitness, if you wake up or you go to the gym every day and you look at someone lifting more weight than you and you constantly tell yourself, I'm never going to be able to lift that much weight. Well, you're setting the stage to never lift that much weight. But if you wake up every day and you see someone lifting a bunch of weight, more weight than you lift, but you look at yourself and you say, I'm a strong person, I'm making gains. Regardless of what this person's doing, I'm advancing. Well, now you're restructuring the stage to actually succeed and reach the goals that you want to reach. Bad things are still going to happen. You're going to hit plateaus. You're going to, run into these situations where it's not comfortable, but you're always going to be able to remember this has to happen in order to get where I want to get.
Yeah. And also just being okay with where you're at. And I know it's a controversy of things that I say, about taking action and doing those things, but at the same time being okay.
Yeah, because that's part of the balance.
Yeah, the more that you beat yourself up about where you are, the more you're going to stay there. Mm-hmm. It's fucking simplify it. It's the law, the law of attraction, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever you're thinking, feeling, and listening to is creating your reality.
Right.
And that just simplifies it, man. So focus on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. For sure. I love this shit.
Yeah.
And I feel good, bro.
Yeah.
And, and I, regardless of, if someone listens to what we're saying here and it changes them right now, the moment they hear it, or they hear it and they don't believe it, at least they're still hearing it.
It's going to click.
Yeah.
It's going to click, man. It's going to click. And I want to keep talking about it.
Yep. Yeah. And I like what you just said is with, being okay with just being where you're at, because that keeps us in the direction of not like looking for the immediate results.
Yeah.
Right?
And being in the present.
Yeah.
Not beating yourself up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just, be fucking kind to your spirit, man. Be kind to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's it.
The one other thing that goes along with what we're saying here is like, be okay with where you're at, and each day have intent for what you want to achieve for that day. Or even like the book talks about breaking down your days into segments.
Ooh, I love this one. Segment intending.
Yeah. Segment intending. So like driving to work, that's a segment. That's a 15-minute segment, your drive to work. And before you start that drive, have an intent for what you want. I want to get to work safely.
Yeah.
And then she also mentions in the book, like someone calls you, right? This person's calling you for a reason. They already have an intent for why they're calling you. When you answer that phone, take a minute and say, okay, what's my intent with answering this call? What do I want to get out of this call?
Yeah, what do I want to get out of this? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, segment intending. I was just telling my kids about it the other day.
Yeah.
I was just telling my kids about it. We were driving somewhere and I was just teaching about it and telling my son, and before you go into the gym, imagine having a good workout. Picture, fucking try it, bro. It works, dude. Yeah. Picture running into great people, having great conversations and being nothing but love, man. You know what I mean? I'm really glad we're talking about this, dude, because it gives me a reminder to live it also,
And that goes back to what you just said, living in the moment and appreciating the moment and being okay with where you're at. Just have intent with every step that you take. And that's how you live in the moment. You have intent for the segment you're about to walk into, not intent for 5 years from now, you know? Not that it's not good to have long-term goals, but like, you don't reach those long-term goals if you don't take the right steps. And the way to take the right steps is have intent. Have intent for the next step that you take.
And then you're missing out, dude.
Yeah.
On what's right in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
You're missing out.
Yep.
The crazy thing is too, is everything that you want is already in your reach. Whenever any of my manifestations come in, I already knew the person. I'm talking, they live next door. I knew them through something, whatever it is that I want. It's already right fucking there.
Yeah.
And the reason it hasn't came yet is because I'm not in the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not focused on it. I'm not paying attention and I'm not aligned with spirit. I promise you, dude, if you want a fucking $1 million, it is so close to you.
Yeah.
It is so fucking close to you.
Yeah. So So yeah, I love that part too. Have intent, dude. That made so much sense to me, and I'm really bad at that. So like, I needed to hear that. I needed to learn this, and like, that's one of the great things about books is like, it's hard to make changes all at once, and you shouldn't try. And they even say at the end of the book, don't. This is a lot of information. Don't try to apply it all at once, right? But like, I know now, I'm gonna be going through a situation that if I would have gone through without receiving this information, I wouldn't be able to handle that situation the way I could just by remembering that one sentence from a book.
Yeah. And that's why like continuous practice of these things are good. Like I've read that book 12 times.
Damn.
I've said 12 times, dude.
Wow.
Well, because you only intake 10 to 15% of what you read. So in order to get the full thing out of it, and you know how you read a book and then you see something different out of it. And that's why I love us having this conversation, this podcast, because it reminds me to practice these things every day.
Yeah.
You know? So it's, it's the human mind. If you don't continuously practice things, you're going to forget them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I heard about her book. What's it called? You probably heard of it. It's Building Wealth in the Law of Attraction or Money in the Law of Attraction.
Yeah, I've read that one too. Yeah.
Is it good?
I don't know. I don't think I finished it. I think I went through like half of it. I just like staying to the original. I just don't.
It didn't hit you the same.
No, it didn't. But like I said, it's good to listen to those things. Yeah. And then I just ordered the Seth books, where they learned from. When they talk about the Seth
when they
books,
talk about it in the beginning.
Yeah, but it's super boring, dude. Like I haven't been able to like continue listening to it, but because I wanted to have something like that, and it's just nothing like. I'm reading The Law of Attraction again, dude. I'm doing it again, and just I like the music of it too. It's just it's super soothing, but super grateful for it.
For
man.
sure.
Yeah,
that's good shit. So yeah, anyone listening, recommend the book The Law of Attraction, but also recommend just changing your mindset or even just like doing something different each day. If you're doing something every day, or there's something that you do that creates an undesirable situation, like reassess the actions that you're taking in your daily life. And, the things that you think are causing you pain or causing you frustration, use that as feedback. If you're angry about something that happened, think about how you got there, how that situation happened. And instead of just being frustrated about it, use the frustration as feedback to yourself so that you can reassess how you got there and what you can do differently next time around, right? And like, that's how you build your path. You get rid of the things that are undesirable so that you can make room for achieving the things that are desirable.
And you're going to know too. Like once this thing clicks, then you're going to know.
Yeah.
And you're gonna realize like once it's crazy, it happens on its own.
Yeah.
Then you start realizing like if somebody listens to this podcast, then they're gonna be like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit, I watched it. Yeah, and like you just said, you know what I mean? You start paying attention, like, oh shit, I was watching the news this morning.
Yeah.
And then I spilt my coffee on me and I got mad.
Right.
And fucking, there was just this chick at work yesterday and she's talking about, I'm like, what's wrong? You seem a little down. At the end of the day, she's like, well, this morning my coffee shop was closed. So I couldn't get my coffee, and then there was traffic, and so she just I'm looking at her, and you start to notice this in people, bro. I'm looking at you, you're creating this whole negative downtrend.
Yeah.
Downtrend. That was 10 hours ago.
Right.
That there was traffic and your coffee shop wasn't open.
Yeah.
10 hours later, you're still down.
Yeah.
So we go down that fucking rabbit hole, you start paying attention to it, dude. You're going to see it, man.
Yeah. And I know how it is to be that way because I've been that way for so many years in my life where I'm able to take the tiniest little thing and explode it into this, this domino effect of negative experiences. And then, and when I look back at it after finally calming myself down, I'm like, fuck, was it really that big of a deal? I just ruined my entire day over this one little thing where I could have just said, like you said, I don't fucking care. I don't care. Like, and just move forward with my day and probably had a great day. But instead, this one little tiny thing, someone fucking cuts me off on the freeway or I fucking trip over my shoelace or, you know, some stupid fucking thing happens and I let it affect my whole day.
You're ruining your whole fucking day. I've ruined years, ruined years because of it.
Yeah.
Going down some shit and you're fucking creating it, bro.
Yep.
It's like you create this whole fucked up situation. We're creating it ourselves.
Yep.
Our whole fucking life, man.
Yep. Every fucking thing that we think, every step we take, we create it.
People just don't know.
Yeah.
They just don't know.
And that's the thing, is like the whole principle around this is we create our own experience, right? And so like you can, and whether, so like the law of deliberate creation, like whether you're conscious about it or unconscious about it, you're creating your own experience. So you can either choose what to think and decide to think positive thoughts so that you can create a good experience, or you can allow yourself to continue thinking negatively and create a horrible experience, right?
Dude,
like,
and then deliberate creating, it's so fucking cool. Just like you're saying, how to pay attention and how you create this negative. It's so fucking cool when you watch yourself create good shit happen in your life and shit and then you're like, oh fuck, I did that.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure, like, I mean, this is life-changing shit, dude. Like, this is life-changing shit. And I can't wait to go through, like, some of the experiences that I don't know what those experiences are going to be, but I know I'm going to hit these experiences where, like, I just recognize that this went completely different than it would have 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or whatever.
You're in for a ride,
because
dude.
I made this decision instead of what I normally would have done.
You're in for a ride, man.
I love it. Love it, man. So, you guys, I don't usually do this because I'm not this big call to action guy, but if you guys enjoy this content, please smash the subscribe button. Yeah. Like, we need that. We could really use the support and getting the message out that we're trying to get out. We want to put positive content out. Like, I'm all about sitting around and watching an influencer every now and then live stream or whatever and you know, having that brainless experience, just, you know, watching shit like that. But we're really trying to put this content out that we think can help people. So comment, like, follow us on social media, and smash that subscribe button, please, if you are enjoying this.
Tell your friends about it, man. You know, we put in a lot of work to do this.
Yep. And we want it to change people's lives, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, exactly. Tell people about it. Help us out. We could use it. You know, YouTube and social media, it's so saturated right now that we want this content to break through and get to you guys, you know, and everyone that is watching and subscribing and sharing our videos and posting us to your stories. We love you guys, man. And we appreciate the hell out of that. And no matter what happens, we're not going to give up. We're going to continue putting this content out there because we're passionate about it. And we know that you have the opportunity every day to change your life for the better. And so we're going to encourage you to do that. We appreciate all the support. We love you guys, man.
Love you guys, man.
Peace.
Later.